At RaceCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people. At RaceCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaysWebinar.com. Ultimate goal is to help you every step of the way. Make sure you understand what I call getting past go. Next thing is giving the rules and the tools. Ultimate goal for most people, they've started a business, they get kind of lost, or they get stuck, or somebody kind of rips them off. All kinds of crazy things. So today, get a tablet and pen out. Please do not videotape or take pictures. You're not supposed to. Today, it's basically like this year. It's 2021. Blackjack year. Next thing is, it's fast track. You see, what we've got to do is basically plan a couple things. I don't know about you, but in my life, when things go wrong, it's like 20 things at a time. They just don't stop. I want you to plan the problem. Yeah, that's right. I want you to plan a backup for a backup. Now, the next thing I want you to do is write down safety credit. Now, here's 2 credit cards, $50,000 apiece. Now, the bottom line, they're personal cards. And what most people do with personal credit, they get that SSN, Social Security number, then they get some credit, act like it's free money, kind of jack it up, and get stuck. What I want you to understand today, all right, on the back of every card you got in your purse or your wallet, please put a sticky. I want you to write down the limit. I want you to write down 25 to 29%. See, every time you pull it out the next time, I want you to put yourself in check. I want to make sure you understand, if you go past 29%, you're going to drop your score, and you won't get any more. If you're ever going to take a card past 29%, it has to be a gold or a platinum, because they're paid over time. The main thing is that 29% rule will not affect them at all. Next, we got to think about the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. In your city today, I know you'll see some banks like a Chase Bank, U.S. Bank, B of A, even basically whatever's around. Main thing you see Wells Fargo too. What happens with this situation is this. They bankrupt a piece, the bad location you see empty today. They wrote it off as a loss on the taxes, but they have other locations today too. See, they stayed in business. They know how to play the game. Did you bring the pain home? Did your business fall apart? Did it not work because you didn't have the funding? Did you steal the money and the credit from the family and roll the dice? I want you to understand today, I want you to remember something. All right, the back of every card you get, you have in your personal wallet a sticky, 25 to 29%. I want you to put yourself in check. Next, I want you never to bring the pain home. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Now, one of the things I want you to notice in your city, again, look for the grocery store, the bank. The locations they shut down prior to COVID-19, usually about 100 locations per year. And there's the proof of that too. Ultimate thing is, when you had your business, or you have one now, you need all the rules, the tools, you need how to go get it. The ultimate thing is learning how to play. Now for me, I had to basically steal and beg off the pier. So I'll give you a little bit of my journey, but I'd like your journey to begin with me today. Now let's think about something. I want you to write down getting past go. I think most people are stuck. So what happens is pretty simple. I got to be with Mrs. Hope from the age of 3 to 10 years old. Now Mrs. Hope got her weekly and monthly checks. She did drop me off at Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 and says, I'll pick you up at 5 o'clock. If you're not here, I'm going to leave you there to die. She was the she-devil from hell. I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. I thought that kind of sucked. The ultimate goal is pretty simple today. What I always want to do is make sure I see it, believe, and go get it. So what happens is God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall on most things. Ultimate goal is what I need to do for myself. Now, why is Mr. Anyway asking a question and overview? Okay, to start a couple one. Yes, I know I got you that card. So again, this is an overview, but it's okay. You also said you wanted to buy some more goodies from me. And we're going to daisy chain that card and have some more fun. But back to this, because I didn't know if it was an emergency. So let's understand something. Since God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall on most things, one of the things I did is I got my first Lamborghini as a teenager. See, in my life, I've heard no a billion times. I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to those dummies that say I can't do this at all. That makes no sense to me. So I got my Lamborghini collection. I got my Duffys. I got my mansions. All right, broke some world records too. Had some fun. I parked my race boat in my backyard. Got the helicopter. Got the yacht. Even got the basically Ferraris too. All I know is this. All right, God gave me the gift and the dream to help you. Now, I don't know why you didn't get this at all. Because guess what? I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like most of you. I was born in a taxi. And she wanted a little girl, because she was a little girl. But raised my middle name, she gave me a girl's name too. Alright, the bottom line is she threw me away like a piece of trash. So I got pissed off since I was a little boy to prove the world wrong. Write down Ray's rules today, please. I even wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. All I know is I learned to connect the dots because I heard a corporation's a legal person. By the way, I heard that at 7.5. At 9.5, I started helping head industries. I brought in $100,000 at 9.5. All right, then I brought in $1 million at 14 and double billion at 26. Haven't had a paycheck literally for 21 years. How am I doing so far? Now, after my coma in 2009, all right, I actually studied again to get another PhD. You see, I'm a licensed pastor too. But I'm a sinner, just like you. Ultimate thing, what I like to do is hold your hand and get past go. I like to hold your hand through every seminar, workshop, and boot camp. The ultimate thing is to make sure no one lets you down again. Now, I know you spent thousands of dollars probably on some crap. You bought a book, How to Make Money and Get Rich, and then you listen to some motivational stuff. The bottom line is that they're not handing you the money like I'm going to, and I'm going to guarantee it to. How are you going to go get it? The ultimate goal is I even have specialty classes, and I broadcast up to 5 times a day, Monday through Friday, and 9 times on Saturday, always live. I don't like pre-recorded crap, by the way. So the bottom line is specialty classes. Now, I also do a Q&A twice a week, too. Now, I'm the guy that always pushes and always tries something new. Years ago, I got $1 million credit from a cat. There it is in Inc. magazine, Use Plastic to Finance Your Business. You see, corporate credit, you get to write off the card the interest rate. So you don't want to use your personal money to start a business anyway. What happens with most people is you lose your job, you got an emergency, and the bottom line is this: you run out of time, you run out of money, and then you jack up your credit again in 42 days and get stuck. Please focus today. All right, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago. Security Chief at TRW and Asperian. Let's see if I can help train you. Can you please listen today? Google Credit Services Act. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. They'll tell you credit repair is a scam. No one's allowed to collect money up front. It'll refer to the Credit Repair Organization Act too. I just like to build relationships with you and build your dreams. I like to do most of the work for you anyway. Now remember, that's the Federal Trade Commission, flat out. Now that's what they say. It bars companies for doing credit repair going, not mine, not late. Kind of like a couple of you have done in the past. Don't worry, it'll come back on anyway. Now the NACB, Certified Only Me, and I want you to talk about the Asperian Boost. You got to remember, Asperian moved to Dublin, Ireland years ago. They've been indicted 100 times. They've been hacked so many times, it's ridiculous. Now, John on that TV commercial tells you about the Boost. Remember what their Boost is. They want you to register your electric bill, your gas, cable, and everything else, and then they want you to sign in through your bank account in their system. Now, if you're smart enough, I don't know, but if you did that, I'd tell you no. You want them to get hacked and go after your bank account again too? Please, please think about that today. Got to go back to you in that SSN, Social Security card. Get it out, ladies and gentlemen, please. Read it. 2 things I want you to focus on. Do not laminate. Do not use for ID purposes. You see, what you do when you write it on every application you can. Ultimate goal is this today. You see, here's the application we filled out as a teenager. All right, to get the job. If you read the card front and back today, what does it say? Property of such administration, not you. Now, the creditors use it and abuse it too. I've got a system called Rapid Refresh that'll block any crap you might have and shoot your score up to about an 820. Now, I want to repackage your life. I'm talking house, car, bank account, and a lot more. I want to hold your hand for the next 90 days or a lifetime. I don't want you getting stuck ever again. I don't want you to bring the pain home. Credit saved my life as a kid, as an adult. So let's understand something. When I was a little boy, they kept saying money for a rainy day. They couldn't answer the question because in my life it doesn't rain, it always pours. So next, think about this today. What if you needed $5,000 now? You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they say no. But what if you had a safety credit card in your hand like I do? Now, if I had to max it out today for $5,000 to solve my problem, by the way, the payment's only $50 a month. So ultimate goal is about you. Let's think about this today. Let's think. They say you waste $140 a week. Is that true? That's $600 a month. If I take one of these $50,000 cards, because their personal credit can't write off the card interest rate at all, if I max one out today, the payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes in a given month, we could have bought 2 pizza locations that have a drive-through or delivery service and not bring the pain home. That's the ultimate goal. So today, let's do this, please. Plan the problem. Safety credit, line of defense. Never bring the pain home again. Remember something today. I want you to believe in yourself. Make that master list of your goals. But again, you're going to have to decide that for you. When I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981, I still hold the record today. It just proved white men do jump. Remember, a lot of silly people say we don't. Please don't listen to those people who say you can't do this or that. God gave you a gift and a dream. Can you see it, believe it, and go get it, please? The ultimate goal is I want you to do one thing. All right, use the God's gift that He gave you. Now, going back to you one more time. SSN, get a job, equal to 1040 tax return. That's all it was for. Remember, this is the IRS's rules. It's public record. Ultimate thing is the SSN. Yes, you got your Experian and your TransUnion and Equifax too. If you jack up a card past 29%, you drop your score, you get stuck. Once again, put a sticky in the back of the card. So the next time you pull out of your purse or wallet, you put yourself in check. If you're ever going to go past 29%, you don't want to use gold or platinum cards. They do not hurt your score, and you can max them up to $1 million if you want to, too. So remember, the reason you got the SSN, we're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated, especially ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. So here's the ultimate goal. Please write down Ray's rules one more time. I want to hand you $100,000 of credit. Bottom line is this. If you have $100,000 of credit, and I know somebody goes, that's too much, excuse me. When you lost your job, had an emergency, you were afraid to lose your what? House, car, feed your family too? 29% leaves you $71,000 of safety credit. In case blank hits the fan, in case you lost your job, in case there's a pandemic too. Remember, when you take all that money from credit from the family and roll the dice, all that does is hurt the family. Please never bring the pain home again. I want to teach you the rules and the tools how to play and how I got it to $2 billion by the time I was 26. You're going to learn Ray's rules and master those too. Me, I was in a coma twice in my life so far. First was 5.5 years old. I learned to ride a bicycle by watching other kids too. Forgot to watch how they stopped the bike by pushing the pedal backwards. So I hit my face with the curb at 40 miles an hour. That was my first coma. My last one was basically in 2009. You see, no one seemed to pay attention of H1N1 Pandemic 9, but me, it killed me. So what did? We took people on my corporate yacht. All right, H1N1 Pandemic 9, July 5th, 2009, 5:41, I get to die. When I heard my wife scream her head off in that coma, I asked God if He'd give me another chance, I'd help people the rest of my life. Eventually, I got to come out of that coma. And the main thing is there's the yacht, the race boat, and the U-Dog too. Check it out. I'm probably the most verified person on the planet today. I got no excuses to give you at all. When I came out of that coma, I knew how to put my credit score back to an 820 because of witness protection. I knew how to get up to $1 million credit card in 6 weeks, like the one in my hand. Please write down closet divisions, please. Ultimate goal is this. You don't get a do-over. We get to live or die. I'd tell you to wear a mask, but half of you want to argue about that too. It takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Now we've had 2 pandemics. What about the next one coming around? The ultimate goal will be up to you. When I was a little boy, being used and abused, I found myself on the floor crying my eyes out at 2.5 years old. I found myself looking in the mirror, telling myself, I gotta fix this. You know what I've done ever since then? I can't sleep past 2:25 in the morning. I just can't. I wake up every day at 2:25. I dropped to my knees this morning, said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I went and looked in the mirror. I want you to try this once, please. Look in the mirror and ask yourself 2 questions. All right? Is there more? Have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. The next thing, is there more to be done? What time did you get up today? All right? You say you want it bad enough, right? Here's the problem with most, if not all of you. You ask your friends and family what they think. That's the biggest problem, because I don't think they're going after millions and billions like you want to. So do yourself a favor, all right? Quit clouding your direction, and for 90 days, shh, don't tell them what you're going to do. You ever notice when you tell anybody what you're going to do, they interrupt you, and then they give their opinion about everything they have no idea they're talking about? You know that. It happens to you all the time. So, shh, 90 days. Let's go get it, and I'll do most of the work for you too. When they ask you, how'd you do this or that, you just got to say, Ray'sWebinar.com. Ultimate goal, let's go get the money. See, money to me, I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I can feed my family, pay my bills, I can help you. Ultimate goal is usually 9 out of 10 people hate their job anyway. Let's see what we should do. We're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. Eventually, when they fire you anyway, guess what's going to happen? You're going to deliver some pizza. Now, I want you to write this down. Again, not videotape or take a picture at all. I want to guarantee you $100,000 card. All right, corporate card. You get to write off the card and the interest rate too. This is your 6 months goal list, by the way. I want you to get a corporation. Let me set it up for you the right way. If you have one, I help build that one too. I want you to get your first property through divisions, the way I wrote the rules in '86. I want your first franchise funded. Got a drive-through. You don't want to work it? That's okay. There are companies that are running for you too. Now let's talk about the 12 months goal list. I want $1 million in the corporate bank account tax-free. I want you living in your dream house, having $5 million of real estate, owning your franchises too. I want to do most of the work for you anyway. I got to get away from any excuse you got. Remember today? All right, the bottom line is I had to be with Mrs. Hope from 3 to 10 years old. I was lucky, even though I got used and abused. I got to hear a corporation's a legal person. Please write it down. You see, I couldn't sleep all night. I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department, and I asked the lady to help me, please. Here's a microfiche, here's a book. See, I read the book, then I got very pissed off. You've been looking for what? The rules, the tools, the blueprint, the instruction manual too? I know, you spent thousands on crap. You got somebody's story about motivational too. If they're not handing you the money like I'm going to, I'm sorry, I think it's blah, blah, blah at the end of the day. So what I did is I wrote the rules and the tools for all of you. 12 books and CDs that'll tell you exactly how I got to the double billion at 26. It won't tell you about a story. It just gives you the procedure and the rules and tools to go do it. Now, I had basically $841 million of real estate, too, before the coma. I wrote buckets of money, tax balancing, become the bank, too. Don't forget winning the game of business. Now, one of the things about me, when I was at the Bonaventure in Los Angeles for 32 years every Wednesday night as the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles, I used to sell my workshops, boot camps, everything else, and the books for about $20,000. We were lucky last year. One of the companies shut down. We found the books and CDs in their warehouse. Today, the office will sell you $999, all 18 books and CDs. The ultimate goal will be up to you. I always want to give you half price. Today, if you want all 18 books and CDs, all right, it's going to cost you $499. The ultimate goal. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, I love Zelle. Zell's the only way I like to play because I don't like certain banks, especially since Wells Fargo hacked me twice while I was in a coma. Merchants as well. Now here's a page I'd like you to take a picture. There's the Zelle, the wire deposit. You Zelle it today, we want to get it shipped right away. Now tomorrow is Friday. Saturday I want you in all my workshops from 7 a.m. through the whole day. I think I have 9 of them at least. Now understand, alright, you can always get a hold of Gina if you need something to. Alright, she's at rayscredit.com. Talk to your reps, but if anybody gets not back with you right away, just let her know. She'll make sure she connects the dots for all of you. Ultimate goal, let me rebuild your credit my way. I'm an affiliate for 35 years. I have 115 creditors. I have up to $10 million of history. I can pop you a card off my card, alright, and ask for separate billing. The ultimate goal is pretty simple. Just like the gentleman had a question in the beginning, he's actually an attorney too. That's when really building him, having some fun. Now remember, rapid rescore. In case you got some crap, I got to block it too. Remember what I want on your cards? Sticky on the back, 25 to 29% and the limit. I want you to put yourself in check because you got to be a qualified CFO. If you would have done this right out of school, you would have never brought the pain home in the first place, by the way. Now understand, I have to make you a qualified CFO. Alright, I got $10 million of history I'm going to use for you. How much credit would you like? You got to let me know too. Now understand something in real estate. We can make millions of dollars at a fixer-upper, a duplex, an apartment complex too. Still want to get you a franchise if you allow me to. Companies will run it for you. Now the next thing is about leveraging money. Alright, see what I did for when I was helping rich and famous people, I developed 84 ways to leverage money. Like the one card I got one of my clients. Alright, he's daisy chaining it through the divisions. That way he'll never have to be a CFO ever again. Ultimate goal, I said house, car, and bank account. Let's look at a corporate car, part of the collection at the time. This is a Lamborghini, my favorite car in the whole world. Most people that are rich and famous drive company cars and write it all off, but not you. Your car's registered to you. Sorry to say, that makes you a duck. No matter who does the bumpity bump, they're all going to call nasty attorneys anyway, and you're going to sue you and take everything you got. Can you write down tax ID and division, please? I'd like you to change the car you got or the future one to a division of a corporation. What happens with most of you, you get your paycheck, it's taxed, you got to pay your bills with the leftover, but you're paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance for that car. Can you yell the word no right away, please? Corporation gets to write it all off. What's wrong with you? Are these working today? I pray so. Now, SSN, job, 1040 tax return, 1, makes you the dog. SS 4 times 4, the pattern of 4. Line 10 right there says banking and credit purposes. As an affiliate, I can certify and get you an Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax per tax ID. Then you can write off all the credit. Remember, this is the IRS's public record too. You got a choice today. SSN 1, SS 4 times 4. What does it say on line 10 again? Credit and banking purposes. You got the ability to make sure you never bring the pain home. You've had that since day one, by the way. Unfortunately, no one taught you how to play. Now take that tablet and pen and write down these 4 boxes, please. This will be the pattern of 4. So what does that mean? I wrote the rules in 86. Let's think, the line of defense. If everybody today would set up the corporation managing divisions, like the ones that open and close, or even you, what happens when you got a problem with the piece? We're going to make sure we don't bring the pain where? Home. I want you to manage and master the 3-step. At the workshops, we're going to go into detail on more and more and more. You see, if I got a problem with the division, I can disconnect, incorporate, isolate, can't save it. What do I get to do? I get to bankrupt the piece, keep the other pieces, but I'm not bringing the pain where? Home. I don't know why nobody knows how to play, but God gave me a gift and I'm trying to give it to you and do the work for you too. The only cards you can jack up past 29% are golds and platinum as long as they're paid over time. Ultimate goal, I'd like to get you 1. Would you like 9 more too? That could be 1 million, that could be 10 billion, and 10 million too. You got to realize you're in control of this. Now, if you allow me, and I'm asking you please, I had 4 clients the other day. Ray, I tried, it didn't work. As an affiliate, I get to certify and set up the report for you. All 4 of them came back and says, Ray, do it for me. Everybody wants to circumvent everything, and when they fall in the face, they always come back. Because guess what? I know exactly what needs to be done. So the Sperry and Trendue and Equifax per tax ID. How much credit would you like today? The ultimate goal is corporate credit, line of credit, and credit cards. The interest is a write-off too. What do we get to do? Pretty simple. Now I'm going to say SS4 times 4. That's pattern of 4. I want to set up the line of defense for you. If you allow me, the divisions, real estate, franchise, current business. I'd like to get you $100,000 to $1 million card. That's right, that's what I'd like to give you today. Ultimate goal is I'd like to get you $50,000 to $100,000 of personal. Put it aside, quit hurting the family, never bringing the pain home. Ray's rules, SSN, got a job, got a 1040 tax return. That's all they said to do. SS4 times 4. What did it say on line 10 again? Oh, it's right in front of you. It says banking and credit purposes. See, every one of you want the ability to go do it. Can you let me do it for you? Put you in workshops for 90 days and show you exactly what needs to be done so you get brainwashed here? The ultimate goal is let me clone myself into you. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you all the time, please don't violate the rules. In other words, don't apply for credit during the program. You're going to get these in the mail. You're going to get more green lights that I set up for you too. But if you screw up and you basically go after a card on your own, you'll be like her. She got one for $300. This gentleman, I owe him 1,000 card. I got him one for 3,000. How much would you like today? Credit rebuilding, rapid rescore. Got to block the stuff you have too. Now, 90 days is a personal workshop. Go as many times as you want to give it here. But the office sells it for $998. Today, I always do this, and I've done this for 43 years. I want to give you 2 to 10 times the credit back to you for your investment. So when you invest basically today, $499 with me, I'm going to guarantee you an 820, do all the work for you too, offer you a class, learn some more here, but I'm going to hand you a $1,000 card. That's a cash card, by the way. I want to give you twice as much you invested in yourself. Now, if you want the starter package to be the millionaire, all right, first question I want, do you want to be a millionaire? Would you like $1 million paycheck? Sorry to say it's a setup answering question. Why? Because you keep $375. The IRS gets the rest. Here's the thing about you. You pay tax, you get the leftover called paycheck. Corporations bring in millions and billions of dollars, pay all the bills first, then they pay tax on the leftover. So what you got to realize is that we want to bring in millions of dollars to the corporation. I want to rebuild your credit to make you the qualified CFO. If you have articles also tax deed, that's good. I'll set it up for you. If you don't, I'll give it to you for free in this program. Setup class is every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Level 1, same thing too. I want to make sure you get it here. The office sells it for $1,999 today. The ultimate goal is I want to give you a $10,000 card. Next thing from there is very simple. It's $999. I'm sorry you spent thousands somewhere else. Here, you're stuck with me all the way. For your $999, you get 90 days of workshops. I do the work for you. I get pass go no matter what we say or do. The bottom line is we have to understand how we do this today too. I had to read a text. One of my clients is saying, Ray, you offered this the other day. See, I offered something as a discount and he's texting me. So remember something. Some of my clients, if you actually listen and learn, I give you my personal cell phone. What I don't want you to do is get stuck. Do you understand this, please? $999. I don't care if you got to make a payment. Can you make a commitment and not let yourself down? I'll hold your hand and I'll follow through. You see, I've been doing this for 43 years. I've got 17 million millionaire clients. I got 16 billionaire clients too. I also was the incorporator for Rich and Famous for years. $999, $10,000 of credit. That's 10 times back to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is my favorite one. This is called Millionaires in the Making Workshop. No, this is Millionaires in the Making Workshop. Understand. CFO. All right. Articles, also tax ID. If you don't have it, I'll hand it to you for free. Set up in level 1. But this comes with, all right, $25,000 of credit. Understand something, please. It's usually $4,000. $25,000 of credit. In the level 1 in setup, I always teach you how to daisy chain credit. The client was basically texting me and saying, Ray, you offered this yesterday for $1,999. I said, that's true, but it's not today. So he's online, he texts me, he's making a note to overview. I don't usually answer questions unless I know everybody that's there, because what happens is I have this brain that doesn't forget people. So I'm going to call him out on his bluff, okay? $1,999. As long as he Zells it before I'm done, all right, I will get him the $25,000 of credit. And I'm going to teach him how to daisy chain that to the 3 divisions too. That $100,000 becomes $100,000 of credit. Now, if any of you want to do that today, Zelle $1,999 right away. I want you to do this like now, please. But again, please don't ask to do it tomorrow, all right? Because sales get to do all the sales. From here, understand something, please. All right, $1,000 of personal credit. I'll build that personal or business for you. Main thing is, bottom line is pretty simple. For every referral you give me, all right, the bottom line is going to be up to you. That means I build you another $1,000 of credit. I've had 20 people give me so many referrals, they basically refunded themselves. Today, it's pretty simple. I want you to understand this. You could be watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube. Ultimate goal is this. If you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me, all right, go to rayswebinar.com. Get the full overview. Never bring the pain home ever again. Ultimate goal. I was 7.5 when I heard a corporation's a legal person. It's not legal advice, it's chapter 18. Do you understand that a corporation as a legal person may sue or be sued? There are 300 ways legitimately to use it, not abuse it. You got a choice, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimate goal. The United States of America, they set up their line of defense called states. Every state's what? Set up their cities. The cities are corporations too. Bottom line is, why haven't you done this? I've been teaching and preaching for 43 years. Where have you been? Now, everyone who leaves me says, oh, I'm going to do it on my own. Do you realize that 99% always come back to me? No one on the planet has what God gave me here. So the bottom line is, thank God he only made one of me. You, and I'm talking to every one of you. I don't care if it's Frank. I don't care if it's Frederick. I don't care if it's John, Joanne, and I'm Carl too. If you don't set up your line of defense, you will bring the pain home again. You got to understand, the United States of America Incorporated, they planned the problem too. Why do you think they invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for cities? Just in case. It's public record. Check it out today. You are we the people. And me, I guarantee it, or I'll give you back your money twice over too. I got no excuses. My wife says, this is my hobby. I said, no, honey, I'm keeping my promise. I haven't had a paycheck for 21 years. I retired at 26. No matter what I had to go through. Nixon took the gold standard out, gave him the key to the printing press. Do you know what that means for you? We, SSN, got a job, your 1040 tax return. That's all it was for, not credit. Mama, she delivered at the hospital this morning. Do you know what happened? Within 3 hours or less, federally mandated by hospitals, must hand Mama an SSN form. You see, Mama's going to sign the form because she can't take the baby out of the hospital. It's federally mandated. They got to bond the baby for $35 million and print some more money. Then they get to go home in the car. Bottom line's up to you. Can you do me a favor? Stop bringing the pain home. You see grocery stores, rich and famous people in cities too. It's all up to you. Now, here's the thing. Saturday, I do up to 9 classes. They're always live. I don't like pre-recorded crap. At 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm the one who does your analyzation. The worst thing, God is my witness, I'll ask you to do 2 things. That's it. 2 things. I'll do 98%, all of it for you. But again, I have to follow through. I need you to follow through too. Now, Walt Disney, the loophole king, isn't that nice? They don't want to pay tax on $1 billion, but they know how to play the game. So they wrote an IOU to themselves. Can you imagine that? Mickey didn't pay tax on $1 billion. He can play the game, so can you. Now, one of the things that bothers me, because my wife says I care too much, online you're going to see trade lines. If you look at the Fair Lending Act, all right, trade lines are actually, all right, as far as I'm concerned, against the law. Plus, they don't work either. They're a piece of crap. Trade lines are crap, by the way, flat out. See, if I add you to my history, my dashboard as an affiliate, I'm ordering card off of mine and answering a separate building for you. See, trade lines are BS. I'm handing you the damn card. Next thing, they're going to say, you don't have to guarantee. I'm so tired of stupidity. I'm sorry to say. You see, you need cash credit in the beginning. How you pay the building, the lights, and the employees too. How about I get you 8 cards per division? How about 9 lines of credit too? Then we think about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. Ultimate goal. Pretty simple today. All I know is God is my witness. You have to be a CFO to get the right cash credit. If you would have listened to me right out of high school, you would have never brought the pain home ever again. And by the way, I didn't go to high school. I got tested at T. Winkle Junior High. At 14 and a half, I was at Orange Coast College, having some fun. Now, gold and platinums, by the way, the only cards you can max out to $1 million, and the 29% rule doesn't affect them. I want you to listen carefully today. If you do the, all right, millionaires in the making, I'm going to hand you a gold card for free. But if you don't, oh well, you blew it. Corporation, 9 more to go. These are called divisions, by the way. Every division should have a bucket of money, a piece of property, and franchise too. Ultimate goal is, remember, please, corporate credit is a write-off. Credit cards and credit lines. Oh, I wish I could just change the world as much as I can. I said that the other day, and someone wrote over here and goes, Ray, you can't help everybody. I said, I can sure give it one hell of a try. Credit rebuilding, $4.99, $1,000 card. If you're holding back because you're waiting to do this today, tell you what, I'll challenge you. You sell that $4.99, I'll hand you $5,000 card. You got the guts to take the challenge? You see, it's pretty simple to do. Starter package for a millionaire? Bottom line is simple. I want to hold your hand and do the work for you too. The main thing is $999. You're getting $10,000 of credit. $10,000 of credit back. The millionaires in the making, my favorite one. Because I like taking that card times 3 more. See, you get 25,000. 3 divisions, that's $100,000 of credit. Now, I did offer because a guy, my client, he did text me. So basically, he's been a client off and on for 20 some odd years for $1,999 today. I'm challenging him, and you get this as well too. And the other thing is, I'm going to hand you a gold card if you sell it before I'm done. Now it's a race. You ready to race and have some fun too? There's a Zelle. If you don't Zelle, sorry, you missed out too. Now, Ray at raisecredit.com. Get a hold of Gina. In case you don't have someone call you back right away, we'll make sure they do. Now, Mr. Buffett's father I studied first, then I studied Mr. Buffett Jr. By the way, I love this man. Do you understand borrowed money's not taxable? What he does is he actually leverages stock and uses borrowed money to buy the businesses. He gets them for free. Hell, he got ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Rich Fruit of the Loom. He's playing the game. Why aren't you? I'll teach you to play better than you ever thought you could. Cash flow, free up your time. I've been teaching that for 43 years. So, Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all right, if you're going to come up with a line, quit stealing mine. All right, your little credit card got you a condo. Goody for you. If you're not handing them the money and the credit, I still think it's be blah, blah, blah today. But when this pandemic's over, I'm going to challenge them all again in a live workshop with me. I'm going to bring Tony Baloney on the stage too, and the guy with the little head. He didn't have a pot to piss in until he conned you out of money. All right, blah, blah, blah today. Remember something, please. My client won a lottery ticket. Ray, what do I do? My CPA told me to pay the tax now before we get in trouble. Well, I would actually, remember, you don't have to pay the tax for a year. I would reference it by 3. Then I'd basically make sure every application times it by 5. Listen carefully. My client, Richard, won Survivor the first show. He didn't listen to me. He went to prison for 3.5 years because he pissed it all away. On $1 million, you have to pay what? $625,000 in tax. You get to keep the leftover. But the tax wasn't due till a year later. So I got him a McDonald's. Is that okay? It's got a drive-thru. It stays open 2 pandemics. So what did we do? We times it by 5. That's $15 million of credit. Will you please friggin' listen? I don't get it. I want to wake this world up again and shake it up and wake it up and piss them all off. All right? Because why do they screw it up? Why don't they listen? This isn't hard for me to do, but all of you, I'm sorry, you probably all screwed up. He paid the tax bill, he got a McDonald's with the drive-thru. Simple. My dashboards, I'm an affiliate for 35 years. 115 different creditors. I get to add you to any of my cards. I get to ask for separate billing for you when I issue a card. I get to preset the limit too. Would you like to play? Authorized user? Crap. Trade lines? Double crap. You still got to be a CFO. That's just the truth. Bottom line is, I got my specialty classes too. I want you to focus on you. I do Q&As twice a week. They're supposed to go 15 minutes. Yesterday went 45 minutes too. I didn't want to stop if they got questions. Now, I'm the one who invented daisy chaining of credit. 113 ways, all right, to daisy chain credit, turn these into 99 more. But remember, the IRS's rules are simple. You can't write off personal credit or interest rate, but corporate credit you can. So how much credit would you like? Why would you ever steal money from the family and the credit start a business? What is wrong with you? Oh, I know. You're going to say, no one taught me, Ray. Hell, no one taught me too. Besides, God gave it to me to give it to you. I got agencies calling me every month or two about a client. Do not rip off or basically defraud anybody, please. Now, I'm very blunt and I'm very direct. Don't be offended when I say, oh, you got a corporation doing business today and you're doing business. That's called stupidity. Rich and famous people never let their corporation do business. They own businesses. Because if blank hits the fan at the top besides the credit, they get to pierce the veil and sue you. Why would you want to be another duck? Line of defense. Write it down, please. I don't give a damn who you talk about. It could be Citi. It could be Rich and Famous, Wells Fargo, Trump. I don't care. All I know is they did the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save a piece. You're allowed to disconnect a piece and bankrupt that sucker. Protect all the pieces and never bring the pain where? Home. Why did you bring the pain home before? It's kind of like when you buy your house. The rules are simple. Escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put it in a trust. Please. Amazing how many people I've had to help who screw things up. If somebody sues you today and your house is not in a trust and they sue you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat. When you fix up a property, I want you to do it my way. You got that? You're going to hire the contractor, hires the subcontractor too. Goody, they're the workers. I'm from Home Depot. It's down on the corner. It's okay, they're good workers. Damn, they work their ass off too. They're not lazy at all. But what if they're made to cut corners and someone slips and falls and they sue you and take everything you got? You have to learn how to protect your ass. That's too. Remember, I want every property you ever get quickly due to division. I want you to do an assignment of equity. So if they sue you, at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. I told you I want to repackage your whole life. That's why I started Repackage America over 35 years ago. You don't have a trust? Google irrevocable trust. That's what I would pick. But you can pick whatever you darn well please. I have a problem with people. Because I hear people all the time, I don't pay tax. Oh, shut up. The IRS is the rule book. They'll tell you flat out corporations don't pay tax until they make a profit. Why would anybody be stupid enough to play outside the IRS's rules when they give you the tools? If you did that, get your butt to irs.gov. 656 of 433 A and B. Please get your butt back in the system. Get your COVID-19 check too. Now, when you fix up a property, I want you to do it my way. Can you do it my way, please? I want you to have 4 divisions in the beginning. You see, I'm one of the original OPM, other people's money. I want you to buy from the manufacturer, saving 70%. I don't want you to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days at all. So let's keep this in mind today. Now, let's say we don't use your money because we don't want to. All right, escrow, what's going to happen? We're going to use their money, fix up the property. Escrow pays off the debt. Now you got $200,000 left over. Please don't act like you're rich because you're not, especially men. They get some money and they piss it away. If you had $10,000, $100,000 in the past and you pissed it away and you're broke today, please write down Ray's rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable. Oh my goodness, I can turn you all into billionaires if you just pay attention. Set up the line of defense. Before my coma, that's the Reynolds University. 22,000 square foot building, Irvine Spectrum. Every morning the bank would be at the office going, Ray, what can I do for you today? They always kiss your ass. That's when you got money. When you don't have a pot to piss in, hell, they don't know your name. I want you to learn how to leverage money. I want you to pay attention. You see, the banks borrow from the feds times 10, loan back 5 to you. If you would have took that money out of that escrow and you did what I told you to do, you'd have up to $3 million of borrowed money. That's called leveraging. Raise rules. Then I tell you, let's go get a McDonald's today. Because they got a drive-through through a pandemic. You know, beating your doubt's the hardest thing you do. Because you don't believe enough in you. You got to get, 1 foot in the boat, 1 on the shore. If you do exactly what I tell you to do, let me do the work for you. If it does not work, I'll give you 10 times the money back. All right? I got no damn excuses. But neither do you. You're going to have to run your own race. But me, I want to hold your hand the rest of my life if you allow me to. It's kind of fun. Now, C-191D? We're going to take $50,000 off of a corporate card. We get to write off the card, the interest rate too. We're going to teach you how to do your own cash flow free up your time. Remember, that $50,000, $10,000 a piece, we're going to help 5 people save their house. Second trust deed, we're going to do a homestead blocker and a UCC one-chattel mortgage too. Don't worry, I invented those 30 years ago as well. Then we're going to call that company, it's my money, I want it now. You see, they factor. They'll hand you the $10,000 back right away. Don't you get it? After they pay, those 5 people pay their payment every month. If they don't pay their payment, you get their house and all their goodies. So guess what? You now have cash flow of $2,449 a month. $4,873.47. How much cash flow do you need to maintain your life, to go get the goodies and free up your time? You get to design it with the corporate credit I build you. No more excuses. Bottom line is kind of like $5.4 million on checkbooks. Corporation, a pattern 4 can get that too. Remember, even those are lines of credit. The interest rate and the credit is a write-off for the corporation. Now, I'll never show you anything that I didn't obtain myself. Doesn't matter if it's the mansions, the helicopters, the yachts. Got to get you past go. Next thing, God's gift. I want you to understand this today. There's the yacht, the race boat parked in my backyard, largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor at the time. Helicopter, Lamborghini, and building. See, what I want you to do is change your driver's license, but you can do what you want. But again, if it was me, I'd make sure your driver's license says P.O. Box or mailing address. Now understand, you wrote a check the other day, you gave me your driver's license, then your house got robbed the next day. How did that happen? Don't you want to protect your assets and never bring the pain home? That's up to you. You got the Schaefer bill and the Driver's Protection Act too. When you bought a car, you let them sweat you for hours on end. You lost up to $5,000 up to 9 inquiries too. All I know is the car's registered to you. And if somebody does a bumpity bump, they're going to call the nasty attorneys and sue you, and they take everything you got. When they handed you the application, it says, we need your permission to run your credit. Next to your signature, you should have wrote down allows 1 inquiry only. You should have took a picture. That way they can't mess it up for you again. All I know is I'm probably the most verified guy on the planet, and I'm willing to help you for the next 90 days or the lifetime. I don't want to let you down. I'm going to build your dream corporation the right way. And I want you in my workshops for at least 90 days or a lifetime, because you got the choice. When you drive your car today to the grocery store or the bank, a little bumpity bump, they're probably going to act like they got whiplash, and they're going to call them those nasty attorneys today. Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Now your heart fell out of your chest. Do you know what happens? Corporation could have paid for that insurance. Now, I only have one question next. Why would you be the registered owner of any car? Why would you do that to yourself? In level 1, I'm going to show you all the steps, because you got a lot of nasty attorneys on TV. Sorry, I call them bloodsuckers. I want the registered owner of any car you got today or future car to be a division of a corporation. If they try to sue you personally, I want them to get diddly squat. Why not? Now, here's the goal. You got basically grocery stores, alright, and banks too. You never had to bring the pain home. Did you know that at all? Here it is again. Line of defense, please. Never bring the pain home again. Master the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save a piece, bankrupt the piece, keep the other pieces, but never bring the pain where? Home ever again. Gold and platinums today. Alright, the only thing under 29% doesn't hurt them at all. You want 1, you want 10, let me know. Ultimate goal is it's a write-off. My wife asked me on July 3rd, 2009. She said, honey, can we take out the yacht to take some people to watch the fireworks? No problem, sweetheart. I put gas in it. It was $1,600. I wrote off the car, the interest rate too, and the yacht. There's the address. Check it out. Google does say it's the largest address ever Googled before. That's the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. The bottom line is I wrote it all off. But the next day I got H1N1. Someone on the yacht came in with the H1N1 called pandemic number 9. I got to die at 5:41. Bottom line is I heard my wife scream her head off because the doctor said he's not going to make it, he's going to die. I said, God, please let me go back. She needs me. I'll help people the rest of my life. But then I heard my tax guy trick my wife to sign a POA. I screamed, but nobody heard me at all. So the bottom line today, I got to come out of that coma eventually. 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. I knew how to put my score to an 820. I can get you a gold card, but I had my closet divisions, by the way. God's using me to help you today. Are you going to pay attention? Please do. You know, I've heard no a billion times in my life. You see, when you're not wanted, you don't get a traditional mommy or daddy, and they like to use and abuse you and treat you like a piece of crap, they all want to say no. Well, I knew one thing. I got God and persistence. Reach the dream, car, building, tax ID. Think could be the impossible. Not a problem. Raise rules today. 90 days. $1 million in the dream. The $1 million dream. Seminar, workshop, boot camp, you're stuck with me, by the way. Specialty classes as well. Ultimate goal is I want to hold your hand as much as you allow me to. Don't forget about the Q&As twice a week, too. All I know is motivation. You know, when I was doing things on the beat, And Kathy on the Beat, the radio station years ago, Mr. Harvey and me, we had an argument. Oh, well. But it's nice that after 20 years he got on top of the world, too. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm proud of him. But when someone's going blah, 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 if they're not handing you the money or the credit, what are you going to do? Win the damn lottery, get a raise? Oh, you want it to take 20 years. Okay. Well, God gave me the ability and the blueprint to make sure it happens in this, usually 6 months or less. Let's talk about your story. You ready? Let me get you $100,000 of personal credit up to a 820 score called safety credit. How about a corporation divisions up to $1 million of credit? Stop being stuck. Ultimate goal, pretty simple. You're stuck with me now. Kind of fun. Like I said earlier, I want to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account too. Ultimate goal. Now, books and CDs, one of you even texted the other day, I offered for $249. Okay? So today it's $999. And what do? You get half price today. Not the $249. You should have did it when you had the opportunity. Sorry to say, because I want you to bring those books to the classes with me online. So here's what we're going to do flat out today. Uzell. Ultimate goal. Let Gina know at RayRaceCredit.com. She's in charge of shipping and handling. So here's what's going to happen. Anybody who gets the credit rebuilding program today, all right, because two people brought up certain things, you're getting it for $499. You're getting $1,000 card. You get all 18 books and CDs for free if you sell it before I'm done. If you don't do it before I'm done, you missed it out. So there you go about the books and CDs. Now, when it comes to the starter package for Millionaire, it's $999, it's $10,000 of credit. You get 90 days with me, books, all the stuff. I'm going to hand you the Founders Kit too, 18 books and CDs for free if you sell it during the webinar. You got about 5 minutes, that's about it. From there, $1 million in the making. Like I told you, this is $2,499. The client asked, I'll do it for $1,999. $1,999. You're getting $25,000 of credit. You're going to learn how to daisy chain it by 3. I'm going to hand you a gold card for free, and you get the 18 books and CDs. Now, there's your challenge. If you don't do it because you asked, then I just know you're full of what? Blah, blah, blah? Not me. There's your Zell. Gina know too. She'll help follow through. Bottom line is the 14th Amendment. Turn corporations into people. The United States of America manages 50 states. All states set up their line of defense, their cities. I don't understand. Why have you not set up your line of defense? Even when I was the largest manufacturer for satellite television in the world, every location was basically a division. Every car was a division too. You probably heard of NASDA, all right, National Association of Satellite Dealers of America. That was me. I've been making millions and billions since I was a kid. Everything I touch turns to gold. Would you like some gold starting today? Let me know. Never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow, close, escrow, homestead, escrow, put it in a trust. You better have up to $1 million in corporate credit.